Hello everybody and welcome to episode 17 of Wood and Stone. I'm Icon and today we have great things on our hands. So my plan is to upgrade our food production in a fundamental way. So we want more grain and we want to process more grain. So I'm pretty sure that while I'm doing this, we're going to be needing more than one more grain farm. So we're definitely going to set this up here. So is that water? Or is that... Yeah, there's water there. So we're going to place them down here. One fresh grain farm incoming. And we don't need to worry about anything. We got enough workers and all. We just need to get on over to the bakery, because that's where we have to do upgrades as well. So our bakery here is a pretty nice template where I can already see that there should be more room for workers here. So let's check that out. 15 employees can work here right now. Let's upgrade that as hard as we can. Although I don't think that there is going to be that insanely much room for improvements, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Cramming in as many ovens as possible, so we are at 30 bakers now. I'd say I'll leave it at that. So let's bring up the efficiency of that building yet again, back to 100%. Always very, very important. Otherwise, your upgrade is not going to be that much of a happy one. And now let's get that going. All right. It'll only need a couple of materials we have plenty of, and this should already bump up our food production quite a bit. But all in all, of course, we need more than that. What's especially bothering me is the fact that our clothes production is not keeping up with our needs. Although, now that I look at it more closely, our tailors are really working hard here. Okay, so we have now 30 employees available on this place. What's room is not reachable and will not work properly. Okay, what have I done? I forgot to cut in new doors here. That's what happened. Whoopsie! So the old door was here, so sorry guys. Gonna carve a couple of new doors in there. Room will be blocked. No. How about that now? So, are you kidding me? So I somehow have the feeling as if this thing here is also a kind of a problem there. Okay. Strange. Alright, so this place can host now 25 employees. It's quite the bump up, I'd say. Too bad that I had a dirt with that door there, though. But, well, I kindly forgive myself. So, the Temple of Authority is coming together also. Got the necessary jewelry together. And to my big surprise, the cut stone is now the material we're lacking. Where is the workshop for that, actually? Where's the mason? Mason? Mason. Masonry. So, just like I thought, this place is not working at its full extent there. Let's change that. So, 10.8 workers. Well, just like I thought. This place is too slim built for those long benches, for those wide benches. But whatever, we can squeeze in more slim benches. That's going to be good as well. So let's see, another one can live there. Let's not overdo it though. So 32 workers are now going to have fun in here. Good stuff. Okay, let's hope that this upgrade will be done quickly. It's looking good. So this will triple the amount of masons that can work here for us. And I consider that a major upgrade there. Especially cut stone's so valuable, you know. Alright, so our economy is thriving. We've got way more money at our disposal than we actually are consuming right now. Which is a good thing. I mean, that means our whole business is really going well. The new grain farm is also going well there. Well, next year. They'll get their thing going next year. So for now, we are a little bit on a low on the grain side. Let's check out one thing, though. Administration, taxation. So we could actually, and that's something I should keep in mind there. Eventually, we will be able to extract grain also as a tax. That would help a lot. Probably the most interesting tax of them all, because if I remember correctly, I had a big and huge coal deposit sitting here. Yeah, so we can make one hell of a coal mine here. So those coal taxes, they aren't as necessary as you might think. Also, our work here is paying off. Our paths through the mountain are getting done there. So, of course, streets are streets here already? Yes. Streets are extremely important. First off, streets make everybody happy, and not only happy, but also make them travel faster. And I have decided that we're also going to upgrade our streets a little bit more with stone today. Because I feel like dirt roads are cool and all because they don't need any resources, and that's why I love to spam them literally everywhere. But, you know, they are no real roads. They're just dirt roads. Well, let's check out what happened to our temple project. Last handful of cut stone units are getting hauled over there. So the temple will be done any moment. We should also have enough Syphalon for the sacrifices and the like. And what I like most about this whole thing is that it has so much more room for more altars, and due to the placement of these altars, I feel like it'll even look really nice in the long run. So do we have that kind of an odd situation again, huh? Let's just tell them to construct one more time. It worked out the last time. Somehow there is a recurring bug with the grabbing of the materials. Well, now I know how to fix it. Wow. Okay, I didn't expect this whole thing to be paved like here. Okay, nice. Holy crap. This is looking fancy. Alright, so let's check out how the happiness of the Dondorians goes up now. Because the thing about the Dondorians is they don't worship Krator at all, while the Cretonians don't worship Thuri at all. This temple is going to be exclusively a Dondorian pleasure, but it'll make these guys show up way more often in my city, and that's totally what I want. So, the temple doesn't have any respect so far, because there hasn't been any Sithalon sacrifice happening, but as soon as that's a thing, the respect of this place will be quite well. Okay, well then, let's check out our army supply center. It's of no use to leave this thing running right now, simply because I have nowhere near. I have no stockpiles of all these goods. Wait a sec. Every one of these army supply depots can only help. I see. So we'll need a lot of these depots. Actually, as a matter of fact, 7 of them for the entirety of the army. Now I get it. Okay. Well. Derp. That's okay. So, next point. That crazy bakery. We need another one of these. So we're going to copy this beauty. And look for a place where we can set up another one of these. Like I mentioned in the last episode, we are starting to run into trouble with room here. And it's really, really starting to show. I don't want to go here, because this is going to be a spot for the supply depots. We definitely won't need that spot here, so let's set up another bakery here. I feel like this is a really good spot for another bakery, simply because it's very close to the fields, very close to the ration maker, and therefore I think we're going to profit from that a lot. Also, I want to have another tailor for clothing. Yeah, I'll give up for there. So, this tailor's workshop needs to be expanded. Or just another one needs to be built. We're going to remove a bit of that pond here. Let's go for something like that. Making the map a little bit less natural and more artificial, but, you know, that's what we do in real life too. It's actually not that much of a strange thing. Alright. Boom, there we go. Another tailor. Because we are constantly at our maximum of fabric production, which means we should be actually able to supply enough material for 2 of these guys. We'll see about that. Alright. Temple respect is at 25%. And you see there is a explosion of Dondorian migration here, because they finally get their religious satisfaction. The cool thing about these is worshipping the gods also gives you production bonuses. Not underestimate that. The gods are not only demanding, they are also giving, even though you'll only notice it at large scales. So what are we going to do with all that money, I asked myself. So how happy are our people because of the money there? If I remember correctly, this was... where was that thing? Wasn't that the equipment thing? No. Environment? Yeah, environment. Riches. So we can grow even richer for these folks. They surely wouldn't mind. They also wouldn't mind if the city was more organic. I see about that. Building preference. Ah, yeah, I see. So this is probably one of the biggest issues between these two civilizations, that half of them loves to live and work in the mountain, and the other half of them loves to be in wooden structures. It's going to be impossible to find a common ground between that, but I think I'm doing quite okay there. So, awe and harmony. Well, okay, harmony is actually not that bad, but awe, harmony, and lighting, those are all things that we could actually add into. Who's actually loving dread? Nobody's loving dread. Interesting. Okay. So that means there's room for improvement, and actually quite a bit of that. Okay. Oh yeah, we ran out of timber yet again. I don't know. I really feel like that's a big issue that we need to work around at some point. Set up more woodcutters eventually, or something like that. Because without me setting up those wood fell tree commands, our economy is never at a stable point, which sucks. But at the same time, I somehow understand how it comes together to that. Alright, we got 2.5 grand there. So I could upgrade the performance of the smithies there, which is not at all necessary because right now we are overproducing tools like hell. So that's just that one smithy there. I love it. Alright, so let's see. The Dondorian service is not really at a good spot. Let's see. Can we copy that in there? No, we can't. Of course not. So, are all the carving jobs actually done by now? Well, yes, looks like they are. Nice, beautiful. Okay, let's issue more of these. Thing here is this kind of playstyle and this kind of building style is extremely demanding in terms of preparation. There's just so much preparation that needs to get done before you can set up a single building inside the mountains. That's really one thing that I underestimated, to be quite honest. I didn't expect it to be that much of a big deal, but it is. It is. So, setting up along this thing here will take us quite some time. And I'm really considering amping up my population for that. I am really considering that. How's my new pasture doing? Nice. Okay. So, let's set up more road. And let's set up more pasture. After all, our Dondorians stay hungry. What's blocking there? I got no clue. I only know that the clay deposit there is trolling us quite hard. And I feel like we could also set up another woodcutter here. How about that? Come on. Do this. Look at that. The woodcutter is not going to be bothered by the fact that there's a clay deposit on there. Yes, I win. This is going to be extremely helpful to make this area usable, because I have mentioned it a couple of times already. I don't want to set up a clay pit on such a horrible deposit. It'll just bind people with extremely low yields, and I feel like I'll rather import it, tax it, whatever. There are so many ways of getting the stuff into my city where I don't need to put up low efficiency in terms of workers and the like, that I feel like really in this game you don't need to do any you don't need to fulfill every industry in your city. I think that's one thing that comes quite anti-intuitively here. Good lord, how many auxiliaries do you guys need, and why is there no open space for a proper one? Already really scared about the storage bins that we need to put up somewhere there. When are we finally at 100%? The woodcutter of doom. Okay, here we go. Yeah, just like I thought. Storage is a pain and a nightmare, but whatever. We got 31 workers here for that. Brilliant. So, I'll get myself another battle squad of Dondorians. Well, 50 people, but... And the real cool part is I really don't need to recruit that many Cretonians anymore. They are just getting the job done all by themselves. We're still going to authorize, like, I don't know, 30-ish of them, because we really need a couple of extra hands. Because I already know that the woodcutter up here will need really a lot of workers, and also the pasture. Well, okay, the pastures don't really bind to too many employees, but whatever. You get the idea. Alright, for the first time, for the very, very, very first time ever, our city has an overproduction of clothing. Hell yeah. I was really hoping that this might happen one day. Alright, let's set up a new export depot. You bet. For clothing. There we go. It's going to be the usual overspill safety thing. But as a matter of fact, I do plan to use that for my military, as a matter of fact. So I don't think that there's going to be a lot of export happening. Are you kidding me? Sales price of 10? Why? Game, why? Why are you doing this to me? Jeez. Alright, let's, So you can set up these things. They're really huge, alright? A lot of storage. We're going to make a mini army, though. So I said 7 of these things, so let's make it happen. 3, 4, 5. And number 7 is on this side already, so... Alrighty. What we're going to need now is an extra brewery, so let's make that happen too. There we go. This is a really nice template that we're just going to copy right away. And now we don't know where to put it down again. No. Gosh. This is a real big problem by now. But here is another good room. Here we can make some more booze. After all, we got now a nice bump up in grain production, and I'd say tax those guys a bit more. I mean, what are we producing the administration for? And let's grab ourselves some grain tax. Although we need to stop here because we are stressing out their loyalty otherwise. But I'll do it like that. A little bit less of the clay and a little bit more of the grain. I bet that's going to work out just nicely. And the beautiful, beautiful temple. Why are they not sacrificing that much? 4.0 sacrifices per day. Are we not producing enough Syphilon, or what's the matter? So let's give this mine a bump up in terms of workers. And yeah, we are heavily overproducing clothing. Hell yeah. So one thing that you can always do if that's happening, allow your dudes just one more suit of clothing. They'll love it. There we go. That'll also deplete your oversupplies and increase the happiness of your people. Win-win. Also, it'll really drain the hell out of your supplies, because we now need 1,400 new pieces of clothing all of a sudden. But that's okay. I mean, we're not suffering any shortages here whatsoever, so... And it seems as if the Weaver is just holding up with that consumption of the two tailors. We'll see about that. Okay. So... let's see. Before I have bumped up my production of these goods, I don't feel like I want to fetch any of these supplies. Let's see how the new brewery is getting along. Not even done, and we're already leading workforce like crazy. But I gotta say, I have bumped up my productions quite substantially. We've built a big-ass new bakery. We've built a huge new woodcutter. There's a new brewery happening now, too. So, we are amping up our rates quite heavily there. So it comes just naturally that stuff's taken a while. I really just hope that my woodcutters are going to get the job done now. So let's see. We got ourselves 3 woodcutters now, and we're going to supply them with tools now too. Why not? I mean, after all, I am still overproducing tools, aren't I? No, I'm not. Ooh, finally a reason to upgrade those smithies. Yeah, well, we're going to need to produce way more tech points too, because I really got no clue how the hell you are supposed to get yourself the tech points, or no, how you get yourself the amount of armor if you just want to make it out of leather. I mean, well, you could upgrade these. Well, we're going to do this in one way. We got these tailors, and they are really not fully decked out, and let's change that. Wait a sec, we can achieve more with the smaller workbenches, I think. So, we can stack out here the workforce a tad bit more, of course. Just want to make sure that I'm not locking off the door yet again, just like the last time. But, yeah, well. We can put up another one here, so... let's see. It's going to be 15 workers now compared to, I don't know, 5? 10? Whatever. Can't tell. A lot less for sure. Okay, let's get this down. And this is going to be done twice. Yeah, let's do this twice. Thing here is, I just want to upgrade my capacities with the existing buildings I got, because building space is turning into a problem. Therefore, we want to use what we got as good as possible, you know? So let's see. Looks like there's pretty much the limit now. That's okay. This will definitely get us some more armor made, but at the same time, I don't think it'll produce enough armor to get the ball rolling to make our army thrive off of that. I don't think this is going to be enough. I think we're going to need more than that. So this place can now employ 15 people. Let's do this. And my odd jobbers are also just happening to run dry again. Such is life. So, our paper production. How's paper? Let's see. Paper, we're losing yearly for construction. Ah, wrong tab there. So we're producing and consuming on a pretty even rate, dang. So we're going to need to upgrade our paper makers too. But luckily, I can already see that this place isn't fully decked out either. So either I have done this on purpose, or I had no clue how I could fill those workshops, or how many more how much more workforce I could fit in there. I think I just have learned a lot about these rooms in the time between. So there we go. 24 workers. Do we want more? Oh, wait a sec. I just did the same dumbness I did with the other room, but this time I at least noticed it before it turned into a catastrophe. I need to leave open the door, you know? Otherwise, stuff won't work out. Alright, 24 workers. I think that's going to be where we set up the auxiliaries now. Alright. There we go. Let's just hope that these little bumps will help. And once that's all set up and running, we're going to set up a new library. But I think that's all going to be material for the next episode. We are on a really, really good ride, I dare say. We are right now amping up all the stuff that we need, and soon we'll be able to just set up more and more soldiers because we got the infrastructure running. We just need to put a little bit more effort into accommodating more people. Maybe put up a couple of extra services and the like. And we're going to be a military force in no time. So thanks so much for watching, you all. This series is one of my favorites by now, and I can see that you guys are liking it too. So feel free to drop me your comments below. I'd be super happy to hear from you. And if you leave a thumbs up on that video, it'll help a lot for the algorithm to realize that you guys liked the video. And of course, consider subscribing. I'd be delighted if you did. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and see you soon. Goodbye.